here, Leo, Sun, Leo, Moon, Leo, Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. Today we are going to cover the next 2 weeks of what the moon is doing to you in your sign, right? And so it's July 6th through the 12th, and I will timestamp, and we'll do July 13th through the 19th. I would like to encourage you to leave me a comment. I love a thumbs up. It always tells me that you appreciate my time and my energy, and so I really encourage that. But the comment, leave me a comment or an emoji even, so that I have your name, so that you can go into the drawing when I do the mid-month in Leo video in a couple of weeks. Then I will pull a special card for someone from every sign and put it into the reading. And if you haven't checked out the, wow, you have a lot going on here. If you haven't checked out the mid-month of Cancer reading, I did that there, so you might have a message waiting for you there. Although I tried to notify everybody that their card was going to be pulled. Wow, Spirit is really all over this. Okay, so let's get into what's going on. We came off of this eclipse energy that was happening in your 8th house of transformation. Whew, right? Maybe not your 8th house of transformation. Hold on a second. It might not have been where it was. It might have been in your 6th house. Yes, no. Yes, it was in your 6th house. Your 6th house of your work-life balance. Okay, so, but I think it caused transformation anyway. It did for everybody. This eclipse season has been kind of tough. We've had 6 to 8 weeks of really intense energy. It was like a very much of a release valve going off this week, and we finally moved through it over the 4th and the 5th of July. And so everybody take a deep breath. I am going to kind of take a look at how all this eclipse energy will affect you over the course of the next 6 months, and we will do that next week. But right now, you have a Tower card. Like, it was a big shakeup. There was a lot of stuff going on. There is this need, this Two of Swords, you feel a little under attack. You feel like, I'm not sure which way to turn. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing next. Things feel like they're coming at you a little, but they also provided the answer. Because you have, look at this, we've got the Hierophant, and he is joyfully connecting with Spirit, and we have the King of Cups, who is also in meditation, and he's connecting with his emotional self, but he is staying solid and grounded while he's doing it. And underneath it all, we have, again, in meditation, we've got the Four of Pentacles, which is about considering what is of value. The Four of Pentacles is about what is of value to you in your life. And so this work-life balance thing, well, if the sun's still in Cancer, that's in your 12th house of hopes, goals, dreams, and wishes, and that is very much being emphasized for everybody right now. So, what do you want? And ask for Spirit to help you, and then step back and let go of the wheel and let Spirit direct you. Pay attention to the signs and the signals that you are getting. Allow Spirit to navigate through the process. Because anybody who thinks that they have total control right now, I have no idea what's happening 2 weeks from now. So I feel like you in particular feel pretty shook. Like there's a lot going on, and you're really trying to figure out where things are coming from and where they're going. And I think that's pretty normal, but yours feels a little heightened. And we have this encouragement to pull our heads out of the emotional waters and reflect on the lessons of the past 8 weeks. This has been completing a cycle that's been like 35 years in the making for some people. And so there's just been a lot happening. Last time we had a Cancer Capricorn eclipse like that was 35 years ago. And so there's been a lot of things building and needed to be released and let go of, to work our way through of. And so what brings in the joy and the pleasure in your life? Kind of focusing on that and focusing on the direction you want to go. So yes, you have transformation. Archangel Zedekiel. You ask Archangel Zedekiel to support you through this transition. When it's a Tower, a lot of times it's not necessarily the transition that you chose. It is the one that is happening for you, but maybe feels like it's happening to you. you know, we come here with a plan. We just don't remember it. And so things are happening in divine timing as they should. It is a matter of really tapping into centering yourself in meditation. With her blindfolded like this, really trusting that Spirit is going to show you where you need to go by listening. So if you imagine you're being attacked by birds like that and you're blindfolded, what senses do you have to work with to know when to hit them? It would be the feel of the air as it's moving across your face. It would be the sound of the wings, or if they're making noises, if they're cawing, right? And so your other senses become more heightened. And so you're being asked to right now really allow your sixth sense to be heightened, to really tap into your intuition. Again, with this, I'm not doing it. Oh, I am. Okay. I'm getting books for everybody. But this must be big. These are nice. Okay, so you have discernment. That's this. You have discernment to allow you to transform this. But what is beautiful is that you have healing, magic, and support. And this looks like 3 of Cups energy, right? That support there. Healing, magic, and support. These could be people in your life. Is for sure your spirit team. Look around for those that are there to help you and support you. Pay attention to your intuition, and you have moved forward. Whatever the situation is, you can't go back. Anybody that wants things to be the way they were, they can't be. It's impossible. You know, the world's not going back. We have to move forward. It's the only direction that's available to us. And so it's about taking the time to regain your balance emotionally, to find the beauty and the joy in the moment, to be present to where you are, but also pay attention to the lessons that you learn. They become important, and remember that you are resilient. And what is cut out of your life provides opportunity for growth, for new things. And so there's a lot of wisdom that comes down from this energy. Okay, so just a heads up too. We've got Mars in Aries, which is supportive to your sun, which is nice. But in general, it's teeing off. It's in a square with Mercury in Cancer. And so there's a lot of emotional word vomiting and road raging and stressy energy out there. And so selecting your words might be important, although sometimes we just need to stand up for ourselves and speak what we need to speak about, right? And so you're being asked to be aware of that and pay attention to that. But mostly you're being asked to focus on what it is that you want. What do you want to create? 12th house is about your hopes, your goals, your dreams, and your wishes. So all this stuff that's happened, it's information and knowledge. So feel into your intuition, listen to the signs, and then focus on what you want. You actually have the focus card. It is the year of the rat, and it's the rat. So that's actually really good fortune. The rat understands that everything they need is available. It's right there. They just have to see it. They have to see the opportunity. They have to see the value in it. And so that's part of the wisdom of all of the stuff that's gone on is what's happening here. So on Saturday and Sunday, when that moon is in Aries, this is a really good chance for you to focus in on what do you have and how can you repackage it? How can you take it and use it in a way that really benefits your life, right? So you're coming off that middle of the week where you've been trying to find your balance and moving forward. Well, one way that you move forward is by discerning what you have that is valuable, lessons, material goods, opportunities, people, networking. How can you bring all this together in a way that really allows you to work your way forward? It says stay focused and get the job done. Use your intuition to plan things well ahead. Planning well ahead right now is hard, right? So plan as far as you can see, which may be to next week, right? I mean, in a lot of ways, that's just the way it is right now. But plan ahead. Be flexible in your approach. So make sure that you leave space for the changes that are happening, especially if everything just got shaken up like it did. You know, you're going to notice it. There's nothing you can't accomplish once you set your mind to it. So don't be distracted. You're on target. You are where you're supposed to be, doing what you're supposed to be doing. Things are happening the way they're supposed to. Archangel Zedekiel with this transformation. Archangel Zedekiel is very powerful. And so, if you don't know who that is, do a little reading up on it and see what parts really, really resonate for you. Where are you picking up the vibes from that? Because, you know, sometimes that'll help too. So he's pictured here with the violet flame, and I do believe he works with the violet flame. The violet flame is part of the energy of Saint Germain, and that is the I am statements. So really tapping into the I am statements, and honestly, I am is Leo. That is, you know, if you were to put two words together for every sign of the zodiac, yours would be I am. And so really tapping into Zedekiel's energy to really help you to find your footing. Find your footing, I just heard. So I feel like everything's kind of been shaken up, and now it's time to find your footing so that you can proceed forward. So Archangel Zedekiel feels very, very important on that. All right, so let's go ahead and move into the second week, which is July 13th through the 19th. Timestamp these for you so you could check it out now or later, whatever works for you. We start out with the moon moving into Taurus, and the grounded energy of counting our blessings and knowing what it is we're grateful for. Being grateful for, you've been standing there and assessing the situation. It's kind of like, you know, after a storm passes and maybe it's taken down the barn or whatever, right? And you have to go out there and you have to see what's salvageable, what can I use to rebuild with, and what needs to be discarded. It's part of that discernment process that you have going on for the next couple of weeks. But being grateful for the neighbors that came over to help, being grateful for the fact that the storm passed and a rainbow came out and it was beautiful, being grateful for the fact that a lot of this stuff is still salvageable and some of it can be sold, and I might make more money than when it was just sitting here on the property, which will allow me to make an adjustment, and maybe I needed to downsize anyways, and so now, you know, I sell this big whatever and now I can afford something smaller that's more petite that fits into my life or whatever, however that works, right? And so there is a need to really look around and count your blessings and understand that you are being protected. You are being protected through this transformation. Archangel Ezekiel is here. This card here reminds us that Spirit is all around you, protecting you through this healing process. Remember, you have the support card. You are being protected. You are being guided. And there's a need to release. And this is releasing that which doesn't work. Releasing ideas and goals and dreams that no longer fit you, like shoes that, oh my gosh, you know, I had those beautiful 9 West heels. I loved them. They were so gorgeous. Oh my God, I spent so much money on them. Really, they were red and nice spiky heels and a little pointed on the tips, and oh God, I loved them. And then I started having babies and my foot spread out and it wouldn't go back and I couldn't fit into them anymore. I had to release them. So I gave them to somebody who could enjoy them because it wasn't me anymore. They were too painful. So what do you have in your life that is of value maybe, but not to you anymore? It doesn't fit. It doesn't serve its purpose. You know? After kids, what served my purpose was tennis shoes. Right? Okay, so, you know, just kind of take a look around and see what works for you. So you have demonstrate grace and majesty. This is accepting that these changes are happening. They've happened. Basically, they've happened. Like, I feel like you already know. Like this tower moment, I feel like it already happened. And it's the recovering from the tower moment, or it's coming down short order. And so accepting the changes and accepting the grace with grace and dignity. And okay, so maybe it's coming because we have Raven prepare for change. So if you haven't had this tower moment, I can't believe that you don't know where something is shaky. But you are in the 12th house, which is all about the breaking down of structures. I feel like it's in progress. I imagine you know what it is. Change is coming. Things cannot continue the way they were in some aspect or other. And you have be forbearing and patient. That's strength and courage to manage a heavy load, forbearing, right? It's a heavy load. I can see there's a lot going on here for you. But if you stay focused on what you really want to bring out of this, you end up on the other side really strong. And again, the energy this week, with all the stuff that's going on in Cancer and in Capricorn in opposition to each other, there's a lot of things being triggered. And so, forbearance and patience. You know, when they put a loan into forbearance, they move it to the end. You still have to carry the burden of it, but it's manageable. So finding a way to manage the burden. Okay, so I feel the stress of what's going on, but I feel your confidence in your ability to be able to manage it. So I think you're going to be fine. Even this couple of weeks while everything's testing your patience, I think you got this. All right, so you have the goose. Your dreams and desires are calling you to action. The journey begins today. You know, whatever has happened here, whatever you've been resisting, it's time to push through and allow yourself to surrender into the divine timing of it all, to surrender and release what's not working for you, and then start on your journey of where it is that you want to go. We have the Kingfisher. The Kingfisher is very patient and always wins, right? It gets the fish. So prosperity is flowing. Have faith that you will receive it in the perfect form. They like to sit near the waterfalls, and when the fish come tumbling over, they catch them in like midair. Like they're impressive little birds. So it's having the patience for what's coming to you, knowing that it's being brought to you through the flow of abundance. Okay, that's why they showed me the waterfall. It's very cool. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying you're capable. You are completely capable of doing this. So when everything feels like too much, tap into your intuition, follow your intuition. What does it tell you? And know that you are totally capable of managing whatever this is. Focus on the task at hand. You will know what to do. You have breakthrough to new dimensions. A new endeavor is on the horizon. Innovative energy wants to burst forth into your consciousness. Innovative energy wants to burst forth into your consciousness. Spending this time in meditation, listening to your spirit guides and what are they trying to tell you. Because if you can do this, you're going to find peace with this transition as you move into this new beginning. Because when we get to next week, we have a new moon in Cancer, wrapping up everything, really launching you forward, and the next day the sun moves into your sign. And so a new moon to start off the hopes, goals, and dreams as you launch into the action phase. And so this is being prepared. This is getting ready. This is accepting that change is going to happen and what can you do to facilitate it, and what's important to you. What is of value to you? What do you need to be focused on right now to get you there? In fact, I think we're going to go with that Four of Pentacles one for your card that we're going to read for your mantra. It says, I live an abundant life and I have more than I need. I live an abundant life and I have more than I need. It's going to take forbearance. It's going to take patience. It's going to take trusting. But remember, through this transformation, to call on Archangel Zedekiel, your spirit team, whoever they are, you have everything you need. You can do this. You can do this. All right, I will see you back here next week. You guys take care. I just feel so confident in your ability. I hope you do too. All right, we'll talk.